What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Plan of Attack for the review code for Sektori on the Nintendo Switch 2. Sektori is the kind of game that grabs hold of your senses and refuses to let go. From the moment you start, you're thrown into a hypnotic storm of flashing lights, geometric chaos, pulsing techno beats and relentless enemy swarms. It's intense, exhausting, overwhelming and somehow completely addictive all at once. This is not a game designed for relaxing sessions on the couch while half paying attention to something else. Sektori demands your complete focus, and if you give it that attention, it rewards you with one of the most exhilarating arcade experiences in recent memory for me. Sektori is a twin stick shooter. Movement is handled with the left stick while aiming and firing are controlled with the right. The controls themselves are incredibly simple, but that simplicity is exactly what allows the game's real spectacle to shine. There's no complicated mechanics to memorize or endless tutorials slowing things down. You move, shoot, dash, survive, and hopefully rack up an enormous score before the chaos finally catches up to you. And chaos really is the perfect word for it. The game constantly bombards you with visual effects, enemy patterns, explosions, shifting arenas, and neon colors that almost feel alive. At times, Sektori borders on visual overload. There are moments where I genuinely struggled to keep track of what was happening because the battlefield becomes such an explosive fireworks display of movement and destruction. It's eye-watering fun in the best possible way, the sort of game where blinking almost feels dangerous because you might miss that tiny gap you needed to survive. Yet underneath all that sensory overload lies an impressively smart and carefully designed arcade shooter. The arenas are constantly shifting and evolving while you play. Enemy formations change, the environment morphs around you, and safe spaces can disappear within seconds. This creates an incredible sense of tension. Sektori is a game built around movement. You have to keep moving to survive, weaving between projectiles while desperately trying to clear enemies before the screen becomes impossible to manage. The dash mechanic becomes your lifeline. It's a quick burst of movement that can pull you out of danger or trigger explosive chain reactions if timed correctly. Learning how and when to use this is essential, especially once the difficulty ramps up. And make no mistake, Sektori is tough. Even on its lower difficulty settings, the game pushes you hard. Enemy attacks come thick and fast, bosses dominate huge sections of the screen, and one lapse in concentration can instantly end a promising run. Still, the challenge rarely feels unfair. Failure is part of the learning process here. Every run feels slightly different thanks to the dynamic nature of levels, enemy spawns, music shifts and upgrade options. That randomness gives the game incredible replayability because no two attempts ever feel exactly the same. It constantly creates that just one more run feeling that the best arcade games thrive on. One of the strongest aspects of Sektori is its pacing. The game has this remarkable ability to completely consume your attention. Sessions that feel like 10 minutes somehow turn into hours without you realizing it. Once you get into the rhythm, dodging instinctively while blasting through enemies in sync with the soundtrack, the entire experience becomes almost trance-like. That sensation is elevated massively by the soundtrack. The drum and bass synth-heavy electronic music perfectly matches the gameplay's intensity. Every beat feels synchronized with the action unfolding on screen. Explosions, movement, enemy waves and boss encounters all blend together with the soundtrack to create this pounding adrenaline rush that rarely lets up. The music doesn't just accompany the gameplay, it becomes part of it. Visually, Sektori clearly takes inspiration from arcade classics and games like Geometry Wars, but pushes the formula even further. The neon aesthetic is vibrant and stylish, though admittedly it can occasionally become overwhelming during especially hectic moments. Players sensitive to flashing visuals may find some sections difficult to process because the game absolutely commits to its sensory assault. Beyond the main campaign, there's also an impressive amount of content packed in the experience. The 5-world campaign already offers plenty of challenge, but the additional game modes add even more longevity. Modes like Classic, Gate, Assault and Boss Rush mode all put unique spins on the core gameplay, encouraging different strategies and playstyles. Boss Rush in particular is brutally difficult but incredibly satisfying once you start mastering enemy patterns. The upgrade system also helps keep things fresh. Choosing different upgrades and experimenting with builds gives you opportunities to adapt your playstyle, whether you want more aggressive, offensive power or abilities focused on survival. Unlockable ships and customization options add extra incentive to keep playing, alongside the huge selection of medals and leaderboard chasing for players obsessed with high scores. That arcade spirit is really what makes Sektori stand out. It understands exactly what makes score chasing games so addictive. Every run teaches you something new, every failure makes you want to improve, even when things feel impossibly hectic. There's always a sense that with enough practice, enough focus and enough determination, you can push further next time. Sektori won't be for everyone. The visual intensity alone may scare some players away, and the sheer speed of the gameplay can occasionally make it hard to remember exactly what you're even doing in the middle of the madness. But once everything clicks, once you settle into that rhythm of movement, shooting, dashing and surviving, it becomes incredibly hard to put down. This is a high energy, pulse pounding arcade shooter that fully commits to its identity. Loud, challenging, hypnotic and endlessly replayable. Sektori feels like stepping into a Tron-like futuristic nightclub, and it's a lot of fun. Sektori is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $13.49 in the UK and $14.99 in the US. Have you played this one yet, and what did you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.